Hello guys and welcome back to the UCL review. Joining me is a man who can reportedly breathe underwater. It's the goldfish, it's Joseph Tomlinson.
Hidden Gillage.
First game comes from Devin Trey. I asked the guys who they wanted us to talk about and they duly delivered. And the first one is Bayern versus PSG.
Yeah.
What a game it was as well.
Stunner.
Stone cold.
Stone cold stunner. Before the match, look, Paris were in the form of their life as a club. 25 games unbeaten in all competitions. One hell of a run. Cavani, Neymar and Mbappe, quite frankly, absurd at this point. They'd bagged 15 goals in the Champions League alone. That's more than any other side except for Chelsea and definitely Liverpool now after their clattering result last night. So it wasn't a particular surprise to see that PSG outshot Munich in Bavaria. They actually had 15-12. They actually put 8 shots on target. That's compared to Bayern Munich, who only mustered 4. They've actually had the most shots on target in the entirety of the Champions League. Extremely clinical, but not good enough on the night. 8 shots on target, just 1 goal. They will not be happy with that. Obviously fell to a 3-1 defeat at the end of the day. Expected goals, though, had it as a very, very even match, though both teams missed absolutely gilt-edged chances. Neymar, very unlike him.
From that Mbappe ball. Delicious little through ball.
Yeah, he usually loves to open his body up and whip in the corner, but not this time. The Brazilian was some way short of his usual standard. You were expecting him to blow the world apart with dribbles, score goals, but he only completed 3 on the night. He's averaging 7 per 90 before this game. He only put 2 of his 4 shots on target, despite working his way into some fantastic positions, like you talked about, that Mbappe through ball with the outside of his boot. Neymar just has to score that, and he'll be really disappointed that he didn't, despite the fact he had 11 touches in Bayern Munich's box. 11 touches, no goals, not good enough for a £250 million player.
Well, Heinke said before the game that no one man can stop Neymar. It had to be a team effort, and it was on the night. The front 4 completed 10 tackles alone in that Bayern team.
Big up Lewandowski,
James Rodriguez got 4 of them, so he was putting in an absolute shift. One man who was still exceptional for the visitors, though, was Kylian Mbappe, who became the youngest ever goal scorer to reach 10 Champions League goals at the tender age of 18 and 11 months, I believe. The closest to him is Karim Benzema, who did it a full 2 years further down the line. He was 20 and 10
That's incredible, isn't it?
Now, let's remember, this victory was made all the more impressive due to Bayern's lack of first-team personnel.
Yes, good point.
They're without Robin, Boateng, Martinez, Vidal, Manny Neuer in goal, Thiago Alcantara, Ribery came on eventually, but they were missing several first-team stars, whereas PSG were pretty much at their strongest. But the standout man for the Bavarians was Kingsley Coman.
Against
this was
his
a
old
game
team as
for
well.
the wingers.
Yeah, against his old side.
Barely played for PSG, did he? But one of his old sides, nonetheless. And he completed 4 dribbles on the night, 3 tackles, and grabbed an assist as well. It was a lovely ball, late in the box.
Great touch as well, around the outside of Alves.
But it was a fascinating battle between him and Alves, because Alves still completed 7 tackles on the night.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
So he's still putting a defensive shift. But at one point, I think Coman sent him back to Sevilla.
Yeah, he was proper road runner outside of him.
He was eating tapas.
I know, it was incredible.
But yeah, Lewandowski opened the goal scoring with sort of cute little finish with his left foot.
Great touch.
Looked like he was offside originally, didn't it? But someone was playing one by a clear yard or so.
Yeah, I think it was Dani Alves actually.
Yeah. He now has 51 goals in 52 games. Yeah, he's actually levelled Messi's goal-scoring record in this calendar year, which is no mean feat, is it? Maintaining the pace of a man like Messi. But goal scorer Tolisso, who got 2 on the night, has now been involved in Bayern's 3 of Bayern's last 4 UCL goals. So he's really found his feet. It looks like he sort of he was brought in to replace Xabi Alonso, but he's offering much more of a goal-scoring threat than the Spaniard, maybe a bit more box-to-box rather than a deep-line playmaker after his £40 million arrival from Lyon.
Great signing.
But the result prompted Thomas Muller to say, who came off the bench, the media hyped up PSG way too much, and that we are still FC Bayern, obviously a proud Munich man. But how far do you think both teams can go in the competition? Who will go further? PSG, who top the group, or Bayern? Let us know in the comments below.
Our next suggestion comes from Kaushik Vaswanath on Twitter, and he says, talk about Real Madrid versus Dortmund because it was a cracking game.
Did you see that goal?
I did. Lovely. Bend on it. Beauty.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Yes, Real finished second in the group behind Tottenham after that late 3-2 win over Dortmund. Prior to the game, Real Madrid had won 21 of their last 24 UCL home games, and it looked to be number 22, didn't it? It was a dead cert. Or almost a dead cert, after they went 2-0 up. There, Majoral opened the scoring. That was his first senior goal for Real Madrid, I believe. And he has drew comparisons to Raul after absolutely killing it in Castilla, Real Madrid's reserve team. I think he got 70-odd goals for them last season, or 50 and 70, something like that. He was assisted by Isco, who is now the only Real Madrid player to grab at least 5 assists in his last 5 seasons. Didn't know he'd been there for 5 seasons. But certainly doesn't feel like
Impressive. He's been there for so long.
But Ronaldo then scored his 114th UCL goal in style, becoming the first player to score in all 6 group games. So another accolade for the Portuguese, and what a way to do it. Barely any backlift. 25 yards. It wasn't 25 yards, it was 20. 18, if anything.
Nah, it's a great finish. On the angle, you could probably say 20, I reckon.
But yeah, gorgeous finish. Rippled into the net.
Yeah, it was lovely. Also, let's talk a little bit about Aubameyang, because he headed in his 15th Champions League goal. Didn't need to draw the teams back. No, to pull one back, sorry. And then he got on level terms with his 5th against Real Madrid. He actually enjoys playing against Los Blancos. So, not too bad for Aubameyang, but really, Dortmund didn't offer that much more. They only mustered 1 more shot on target in the entire game. Real managed 10, and I hate to say it, but the end looks nigh for Peter Bosz.
Already?
I don't know how much longer he can remain in charge of this team with their current record. In his first 10 games in charge, 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. We know how good they started. They started so well at the back as well. They were not conceding goals. They looked rock solid in defence. It's all gone to shit in the last 10 games. Last 10 games, 1 win, 6 losses, 3 draws in all competitions.
He is missing some personnel, but they don't look like turning it around anytime soon, which is the most alarming thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's missing personnel, then there's not winning 9 of the 10 games. I think that's an unacceptable record. I mean, it's the worst Borussia Dortmund record since Jurgen Klopp's final season, when there was an absolute catastrophe, wasn't it?
When he's phoned it in.
Yeah, I mean, they're now 6th in the Bundesliga. They're 10 points off top spot. They're out of the Champions League. I don't know how much long Peter Bosz is going to be in charge of this Borussia Dortmund team. Do you? Let us know how long he's going to be there, or should they just sack him tomorrow in the comments down there.
Last but not least, we have Chelsea versus Atletico, suggested to us by Kyle Murphy. DJ Ginge, spin that shit.
Yes, this was Chelsea and Atletico drawing 1-1 at Stamford Bridge. When we saw the draw, we kind of labelled this as the group of death. Roma, Chelsea, Atletico, and big up Roma for finishing top of this group. They've not been the best domestically since Spalletti left, but at the back in Europe they have been phenomenal, and it's actually caused Atletico to drop into the Europa League, which I don't think anybody would have predicted at the start of the season. And Chelsea's home record speaks for itself. They've lost just 1 game in their last 41 Champions League matches at Stamford Bridge, which is an incredible record. And this was a game that was jam-packed with shots from both sides, really. 30 in total. I think Chelsea had 18 shots, 8 of them on target. Jan Oblak was unbelievable on the night. He made 7 saves. One of them was an absolute blockbuster from Zappacosta, was it, down low to his right.
Yeah.
Going the wrong way, came through a crowd. A fantastic save. Bit of a surprising stat, though. Atletico, actually, this season, have created more chances per 90 than PSG.
Yeah.
Which is a shock.
In the UCL, yeah.
But they've scored a lot less goals. And I wonder whether that's down to the form of Griezmann, the form of Torres. Both of them struggled on the night yet again, didn't they? But if it wasn't for Saul Niguez, I think Atletico would have struggled even more. He was by far their most productive player on the night. Obviously, he got the goal at the back post after a Torres flick on. He also racked up 2 shots. He won 4 tackles, won 4 aerial duels. So a good performance all round from the midfielder. But Chelsea are through to the next round, Hamster. They'll be the happy boys.
Well, Chelsea scoring, never in doubt.
Yeah.
They've scored in their last 27 home UCL games to go along with that extremely impressive record that you mentioned. However, conversely, Atletico scoring away from home, Strugsville,
yeah,
USA.
big time.
That was their first in 6.5 hours of away Champions League football, and only their 5th of their entire European campaign. That's the same amount of goals as Celtic. Had to sneak them in there somehow.
That's just not good enough, is it?
Not really. They're not converting at a rate which would necessarily, you know, put them into the last 16.
Yeah, Griezmann, you got to offer a little bit more.
18 shots a game, 5 goals over the whole campaign.
Scored 20 goals less than PSG
Yeah.
in qualifying for the round of 16. That's not good
It's
enough.
a poor return, isn't it? But in this game, Chelsea offered much more going forward and were by far the most threatening side. Alvaro Morata put 5 shots on target, and Eden Hazard completed 8 dribbles on the night.
He was incredible.
3 more than the whole Atletico team combined.
That's incredible. He was unbelievable.
Which is a window into the sort of football that was being played that night. And it was the wide man who forced Savic, a.k.a. Sylvester Stallone, into the own goal that levelled proceedings. That's his 13th goal involvement of the season, so Eden Hazard firmly in form.
Can I just say, though, what is Savic doing flicking a toe at that? He should not be scoring an own goal from that angle.
I mean, bad defending isn't something you associate with Atletico Madrid,
No.
is it? But so I suppose you'd have to let him off on this occasion.
I'll let him off, but I think that was really poor from
Felipe
from
Luis
Savic.
also hit the post.
Yeah, hit the beans on toast. I think he was a little bit unlucky as well, Felipe Luis. He would have loved to have scored against his old team,
So
wouldn't he?
yeah, Chelsea rode their luck at times as well. But now, as a result, not of this game, just of Eden Hazard's form, apparently Chelsea are willing to offer the Belgian £300,000 a week to extend his stay. He's got 2.5 years left on his contract, but they want to ward off interest from Real Madrid. If you were Eden Hazard, where would you go? Let us know in the comments below. And is he worth 300 grand, Premier League fans? Let us know in the poll. However, despite Atletico crashing out, there is a little saving grace for all you Atletico fans out there. The last time you were knocked out in the group stage was 2009-2010, and you went on to win the Europa League. The days of Diego Forlan.
It's a spicy Europa League.
They
Atletico, Napoli, Arsenal, some good teams in there.
Definitely. It'll be a good, well, it's a round of 32, but it'll be a very good round of 16 when the fat is trimmed. But, guys, who's going to win the Europa League? Oh, on UCL Review?
What?
Let us know in the comments below. Well, that was this year's last UCL review, guys. The Champions League is back with us on February 13th, so see you then. In the meantime, tune in to more great content like Stat Wars on EFD. Joe, what's happening on FD?
There's a top 10 going live. I won't reveal the title because, quite frankly, I don't know it. But it is going live today at 4 o'clock, so watch that.
And as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.